In an earlier video, we looked at the 4 possible paths that every AI and IT project end up on at some point, and only one of them leads to success. So why does this keep happening? If people know their projects are underperforming, why can't we fix it? Because most organizations only focus on one layer of a 3-layer problem. They pour all their attention into the technology and leave the other 2 critical layers almost completely unmanaged. And in this video, I'm going to show you what I call the transformation stack. This is a framework I use with clients to make sure all 3 layers are working together. If you've never seen your project through this lens, it's going to explain a lot. Hi, I'm Jason Whitehead. For over 20 years now, I've been helping business leaders and IT executives make sure their technology initiatives deliver actual, real, measurable business results. I'm here to show you what you can do to help make sure your IT implementations are a success for both your business and your career. Let's jump in. Real quick, I just want to take 2 seconds to review what was covered in more detail in another project, and that's the ROI curve about when AI and IT projects actually deliver success. Take me 2 seconds to go through this to make sure you're focused on the right things, okay? So if you look here on an ROI curve, at the start of an IT project, you invest a bunch of money, you've got a whole bunch of costs set up, you're implementing technology, you're getting it live, you're configuring systems, and the day that you actually go live, all you've done is maximize your sunk cost. You haven't gotten an ounce of value yet. And there's 4 possible paths that happen after this. The first is the dead on arrival, this red line right here, that basically says we get some people to use the system, but not enough and not consistently. We never even break even on our investment, and we get tired of throwing good money after bad, so eventually someone just cuts it from the budget and we're done. And that is a complete and total failure. The next one, the orange line, this is called the long crawl. You get some people to use it and you slowly get value and you slowly get value. Eventually you'll break even and you'll get some value, but far less than your goal, far less than what you were targeting for success, and it comes much later. Also, basically a failure. The third option is what we call the honeymoon trap. After you go live, for some reason, you've got a lot of focus in this blue line, you achieve your goal in year 1 and you have some positive results, but then things change in your organization, you get busy, and eventually usage and value falls way back down, back into the failure zone, and eventually someone cancels that project as well too. And then finally, where you need to be, in the focus of this video, is the green line, and this is the long game. You hit your initial goal, move forward in year 1, and then you take enough action and you keep adjusting and keep adapting as necessary to make sure that years 2, 3, 4, and 5 into the future, you continue to get value, and hopefully that will continue in perpetuity. So those are the 4 things, but let's talk about the 3 that actually matter for right now, okay? And this is the transformation stack. And the first thing that you need to look at over here are your systems. So this might be your CRM system, it might be an ERP system, it might be an HRIT system. These are the core technologies that are running your business. They're systems of record, they maintain data, they really fuel the other activities in your organization. I feel like most of my clients, when I first go in, the data is crap and unreliable. Systems are underutilized, they're not consistently or effectively used, minimal automations, and the data that's in there is so unreliable, you can't use it to trigger automations, which reduces workload, and you also can't use it for meaningful analytics and insight because it's unreliable. And the reason for that is human behavior. It's your people that enter your data, it's your people that correct your data, it's your people that fix the data when it's wrong, and it's people that monitor the data to make sure it's going in correctly. So chances are you've got a system and data problem in your organization today, and most organizations let it go. Then they have the next layer, which is your AI, and this is where all the energy is coming these days, and you hire AI experts, and you try new things, and there's different flavors and layers of AI, and it's really exciting. I love AI, I use it every day, and I'm really impressed by what's possible, but I also know not everything's possible. And it sort of comes in 3 layers. One layer at the AI is individual productivity. Are people making meeting notes? Are they writing emails? Are they preparing their content, their slide decks, their letters, whatever they need to do? Are people using AI effectively for their individual performance improvements? And then, what AI are they using inside their other core applications in their systems? Are they using AI within their CRM to do better analytics? Are they doing AI to look over meeting notes and see trends across customers, or to get better insight about customer health? All those great things that it can do. AI can do a lot of great, wonderful things, but you better have your data right. If it's not, AI is limited in its ability to be successful. And then the third part of AI is also, what's your enterprise AI orchestration? Have you built out custom AI agents that work specifically for your organization and move forward and do all the great things that you would really love to see people do? And then there's the final layer, sort of the human layer. And you'll hear a lot of AI technologists talk about human in the loop. Where do we need to have people actually make decisions because we can't trust the AI to do it reliably or effectively? Or where do we need humans to come in and give AI the proper context it needs to understand the situation and what's appropriate and what's not, or to call out the right expertise, or to make sure you've got the right governance around your AI. And when you look at all of this, they're all interdependent. They all play off of each other. The humans are the one creating the data that's in your system and determine if the data is going to be reliable or not. Your AI relies on the data in the system that goes through and to power some of the decisions and activities and automations that the AI is going to make. The AI also can change workload for folks and can free up their time to more value-added tasks. And AI can also require a different skill set to make it work effectively. For example, I was talking with one leader, and they've always had very technical writers do their sales proposals for a very technical product. Now they're using AI to write those proposals, and they're using those same technical folks to have their expertise to be editors and review the judgment. And they're spending a lot less time per proposal, allowing them to reshift their expertise to other places. So shifting any one element will shift all of them, and you've got to readjust this. And one of the mistakes that many folks make, they look at it in isolation. They say, oh, we're just going to change this AI piece and we'll just free up a bunch of time. Or, hey, we've changed the skill set that we need here, let's do this. And they're not really looking at all three elements together. As I said in the earlier video, if you want to achieve success and get up here, this is all about changing human behavior. That's all about people. Where are they spending their time? Where are they focusing their energy? Where are they following the process or not? Or in one area where many organizations get in trouble, they design all of this for the best case scenario. They design this for what's happening on paper. They design this for the prescribed process. They're not looking at the reality of what are people actually doing day to day as part of their jobs. They're not looking at where are people putting things in email versus where are they just having a phone call. They're not looking at where are people putting in the CRM versus having their own side spreadsheet that they're doing. They're not looking at the realities of the situation. So if you want to go through and actually get value from your IT systems, you can't just look at AI in isolation. You can't look just at systems, and you can't look just at people. You've got to look at all three. And you've really got to focus on the human behavior piece, because this is absolutely key. It's the hardest to forecast, it's the hardest to control, and it's the most important to determine your overall success. The other thing that's really important to look at, when you're orchestrating these projects, you need a different skill set for each of these three components. Someone who has expertise in configuring and administering your CRM, your ERP, your HR system is a different skill set than someone who can build out your AI agents and orchestration there, or put in AI governance. And it's a very different skill set from what it takes to change human behavior and guide that human performance. When I'm talking about human behavior, let's think of this as execution discipline. Are the people in your organization following your process and using the tools effectively? Are they executing against what's being designed and what you're asking them to do? Are they executing appropriately against their job? So when you hear behavior, think execution, okay? That's really important. And these are very different skill sets. And so when you look at all this, you've got three very important layers, all requiring three different approaches and three different skill sets to get it right. The question then also becomes, whose job is it to make it all happen? And where many organizations get into trouble, they don't have any one person whose job it is to make sure you get this outcome year after year on an ongoing basis. They might have a project team that's focused on getting a system live. They might have an AI expert that comes in to set up your systems and then will come in periodically to do checkups. They might have someone who comes in right now and just helps do some training for the humans, but they're not looking at the ongoing behavior piece. So one of the most important skill sets that you need to develop in your organization is someone who can lead a multi-year program focused on getting the business outcomes with enough understanding of these three elements to coordinate them all and make sure they're all working together. It's a very different approach and a very different skill set. And if you need help, you've got three options. You can build the skill set and train people up on it. You can buy it and hire new people with the expertise already, or you can borrow it, essentially hire temporary folks, consultants, contractors, other folks who have done this before and know where to go. I hope this was helpful. Keep in mind, this transformation stack, it isn't complicated, but it does require deliberate decisions to focus on all three layers. It's not just technology. It's not just AI. It's not just enterprise systems. But most organizations don't make that decision. They focus on one of the shiny things and they focus on getting it live. They don't focus on the long-term piece here. And that's why most projects don't deliver the outcomes that you're looking for. In the upcoming video, I'm going to go deeper into the human layer and behavior change and give you some techniques that you can use to help drive the execution discipline that you're looking for in your organization. If you're interested in the other resources and frameworks I've put together, check out my website, jasonwhitehead.me. You'll find a lot of great resources out there and ways that we can work together. I'd love to help you out to make sure your IT and AI initiatives are a success. Thanks.